Alrighty, I have pressed the magic recording button on my keyboard. It is F8 because apparently Factorio uses most of the rest of the ones. Look at that, that's F7. Hello, I wonder what that's doing to my UPS. I can't tell because there's too much crap on the screen. And I'm not sure what that's actually highlighting. I think it's chunks, something to do with chunks. There's a big chunk here, and there's a little chunk there, and here's a chunk, there's a chunk, everywhere's a chunk. Oh, I hate that song. Alright, so let's ignore all of those other buttons, and let's ignore the F8 as well, and the F2, because F2 is auto-click, and I'm pretty sure that'll do bad things. Whee! Look at it go. Thank God my game doesn't crash when I press the auto-click. I don't know why I installed auto-click. I think I was playing Realm Grinder at some point. The game where it's like Cookie Clicker, except there's an actual, like, it's just like a bit more RPG sort of base building sort of crap, but it's still just Cookie Clicker. And I was lazy, and I got tendonitis as well, so I had no business playing Cookie Clicker or Realm Grinder or any of those games. So I did the smart thing, and I got a auto clicker. Of course, the smart thing would not be to play at all, because it's not a very good game, but I was bored, and I wanted to play. So I played it, and I got an auto clicker, and it still took weeks to get anywhere useful. But I'm not playing that anymore, though I think it's still installed. So anyway, let's go into something which is a more refined version of hitting the same thing over and over again. No, I'm just joking. Factorio is awesome. So let's plan this out. Okay. So you, Mr. So let's have a look. The top level, we're going to do some planning here to figure out how big our belt is going to need to be. I'm going to do a rough guess, and I'm going to say that it needs to be 16. Each section of belt is, well, the top section of belt is going to need to be 16. So we have a look here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like some of these can support 2 belts. 2 belts coming out of the bloody warehouse. I feel like we can probably support that. And I definitely want 5 belts of iron coming out here. 5 belts of iron ore, because what I want is going to be, I want 3 full belts of iron, and I was thinking about getting 2 full belts of steel, but then I'm like, what do I really need steel a lot for? I don't think we really need a lot of steel, to be honest. I mean, we need it for a lot of these guys, for the stage 2s, but this is for machines. We do not need like a full belt of anything for machines, because they just get built when they need to get built, and over a long enough time, they all back up and it's fine. So steel is for purple science and a few other things, which is fine. But a full purple belt of steel will be more than enough for all that crap. And we don't need it for any belts, which is a very, very important thing. We don't need it for any belts. So I feel like feeding a full belt of steel will be enough. We don't need to feed in 2. And 1 steel takes 2 iron belts, because it's a 2-to-1 relationship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 5 bits of iron ore, 3 of them for straight up iron, and 1 of them, and 2 of them to feed into steel. So that gives me a straight up belt of steel. So that's fine. We're going to have 3 belts of copper, so that's going to be 3 of these. And we might convert this into a copper one as well, but I'm not sure, because we need 5 of iron, we need 3 of copper. So this one is kind of a, I do not know. And then for most other things, we're just going to have 1 single array. The exception is going to be titanium. Titanium is going to be a big one, because nitinol, if I remember correctly, nitinol needs titanium. And nitinol is still up in the air as to how much we need, but it'll probably be a full belt in nitinol. So titanium might end up being 2 full belts, but the maths for that starts to get a little bit more interesting. And I'm going all funny. My stomach's going all funny at the moment, which is not good. So anyway, let's start off with the simple things, getting the spacing consideration underway. So for this, we need a whole bunch of furnaces. Now we got electric chemical furnace, which is totally not what I need at the moment. What we need is the actual proper furnaces. Ugh. Look at all these extra construction bots I picked up. That is just nuts. Not making a lot of these. Of course, we're out of these bloody circuits, which I probably should have expected, but hopefully this episode we can get some way towards making things. So let's have a look here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spacer 1. We'll just leave it as a spacer 1. Maybe even not that much. Maybe we should just smush them all together. I feel like we have room though. So that's a space of 1 and then we got a line. Space of 1, we got a line. I kind of want to have 3 room for 3 guys. So 1 space 1 space 1. And it depends on how big these are going to have to be. So yeah, and we're going to try and make them pretty flexible as well. I want these guys to be able to deal with all sorts of crap. So let's do some maths first. So the end game, maths, we need to start worrying about. So let's have a bit of a look. I got my Excel sheet next to me and we're going to do some calculations. So iron plate takes 3.5 seconds to do. Now our maximum compression, maximum furnace is 4, crafting speed of 4, which means it takes 3.5 divided by 4 seconds to do a single plate, which is 0.875. And yes, I'm getting Excel to do this. I'm not doing it in my head because I don't want the pain. I mean, this is a little bit more complicated than normal stuff. So, so it takes 0.875 to craft one iron plate. And now what we need to do is we need to look at Mr. Extremely Fast Transport Belt. You can take 66.67, which is the same as 200 over 3. So if we take 200 over 3 and divide it by 0.875, I feel like that's not what I meant to do. So equals 200 over 3 is that. So we don't divide it by 0.85, we multiply it by 0.875. Because if you think about it, if our machine is producing more than 1 item per second, and the belt takes 66 items per second, then we should need less than 66 machines. So I multiplied it, I get 58 and a third. We are going to round that up to 60. So that is our math right there. We're going to round it up to 60, which means 30 on each side. Now, we're going to need to leave a decent amount of spacing, although that's going to be mainly horizontal spacing, isn't it? 8, 9, 10. Now, let's have a look here. So 60 machines. That seems like a lot, but remember, we're going to fill up a blue belt or a purple belt with each of these. There we go, 30 machines. I think that's 30. Come on, autosave, thank you. 30, okay. So we have a look here at our map. Okay, so we're sort of dancing on the edge here. So we got this going from there to there. That's the length of one. And then we do a belt. And then we do another one. And then we do a belt. And we do another one. Actually, I think we're okay. So what we'll probably do is we'll have a 16 belt here. And then a 32 belt here. Which will give us room for outputs and more inputs. And then we'll do another one, have a 32 belt, then another one, and then a 16 down the bottom. And we can fill in some of this lake if we have to. But that, I think, is going to be beautiful, the way this is going to work out. So, let's go ahead and start playing around with this. So, there's going to be 30. Let's just remove all of these guys for now. And we'll start pushing the... we'll start making the iron lines this episode. So that's going to be... we'll customize this. So, I mean, we probably need like 5 here because we've got 5 iron lines coming out and then 3 copper and then these other 4 will be for whatever. So, let's have a look here. Let's stretch these guys out like that. Get a rough idea of where we need to start and where we need to end and so forth. I'm not going to be beaconing these guys. I'm not going to be putting modules in them. I don't think I need to because, as I've said, you know, this is just like normal. We're not making a main base, like a mega base, I keep saying. This is an interesting question though. Can we reduce the amount of machines we need by doing speed modules? And that's the interesting thing. Maybe we can. Maybe we can do raw speed module 5s. That's a speed boost of 100%. Okay. So if we put those in everything, then we can reduce the amount of machines we need by 50% or 100%, depending on, no, 50%. We can't reduce them by 100%. So maybe that's a good goal to have, because raw speed module 5s multiply the total speed by 2, doubles it. And that allows our smelting area to be a lot smaller. And what's beautiful is we can build our smelting area however we want right now, and we just suffer with the throughput. And then once we get raw speed module 5s, we can upgrade them then. So I feel like that's going to be a goal. Ooh, oh my god, my R's look so gay. So gay. Ooh. This is like an upside down M, so we just do like that. Raw SP5. I don't have room to do SP5, so let's just do it like that. Raw 5. I feel like I know what I'm talking about there, so that's fine. So, raw speed module 5s. So we'll make that another goal, and that's nice to have another big goal like that. So now what that does is it reduces our requirements for these guys to be 30 machines total. So let's go ahead. So this is the bottom. So we're going to leave a little bit of room here, and we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3. I will just do 3 for now. 1, 2, 3. So you go like that. Now, even if we get the fastest machines, like level 4s, they'll be producing just under 1 per second. And if we double them, they'll be producing just over 2 per second. I feel like these little guys have still got enough. I've lost my cheat sheet, but luckily I can just go to the Factorio Reddit site, and it is on the sidebar down the bottom. It'll tell me what the deal is for inserter speed. And we might actually be chasing around a bit on the side of it, because if I have a look at my calculations, you know what? It's fine. It doesn't matter, because like we said 0.875, so we basically 1 divide that, E12 is 1.14, and what we do is we multiply that by 2, which is like 2.28, and I believe that the inserter has a swing speed of 2.3, so 2.28 to 2.3, very, very close to not being fast enough. But the thing we're forgetting is that these guys do have a stack bonus. So if it's not quite fast enough, it just takes out 2 at a time. And basically that just means that we don't have a problem, because, yeah, stack size is golden, absolutely golden. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and, oh, damn it. We got to remember to put these right down the end, so when we blueprint them, it's all good. And we might as well squeeze things in here. Come on, buddy. Should we squeeze things? I feel like we can change it depending on what we're doing. I mean, we can definitely change it if we make other more complicated things, then that's fine. So yeah, I don't want to zoom in there. I want to go to the inserter. 2.308 is the fast inserters, and we need 2.28. So even without their stack, they should be fine. So this is 6, and we need a total of 30. 1, so that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I feel like we put this a little bit close to this bus, but that's fine. We're not going to need more than 16 guys across here. You know what? But since we switched to these machines, I feel like we can afford to make a bit more space. I feel like we're going to just afford to do it. So let's move down here. Come on, bloody bots. So let's just do this, and let's just make another 8 spaces or so between the bottom of this bus and these machines. Looks like the base bots as well are going to help us out here. So then what we do is, man, this guy is not as good as I thought he was. Really, really not as good. Substation Mark 3s. Insulated wire. How big are they though? I feel like maybe we should just go for these. Okay, that is beautiful. That covers from one side to the other, so we do that. Although maybe we only need the Mark 2s. How many Mark 2s have I got? 2 now. So if we go down here, we do a Mark 2, and it connects to the other side for a decent amount. The Mark 3s... where's my Mark 3 gone? Could have sworn I built another one. So Mark 3s do stretch a lot, but I feel like the Mark 3s are overkill. They're like completely overkill, so we are going to use the Mark 2s though. Absolutely. And what do Mark 2s need? Aluminium, circuit boards, tin, copper wire. So I almost feel like we could put them down here. And just click that like that. Okay. Go all the way up to the thing there. And yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. Those Mark 2s are officially perfect for this sort of deal. They've actually gone a funny color there. So you go over there. You go over there. Excellent. So this is going to be our first line. Do we want to balance it here? Is the interesting question, because we're going to be sending it off God knows where. We might be sending it down to steel. We might be sending it somewhere else. I really don't know. There's no guarantee that it'll eventually get to a chest. It might go straight into steel or something like that. So maybe we should balance these guys. I know it's been a while since we've used balancers because we're always going into chests, but I feel like this one, we don't want it going into a chest necessarily everywhere. It's nice to have it just get balanced. So this is going to be iron, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then straight away we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 copper. So that is going to be the top of our belt down here. It's going to be 5 iron lines and 2 coppers. Only 3 of the iron lines will go off here. We'll send 2 of them straight down to steel, which will be the next level down. And which will require more machines, but I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll just make 2 of these lines and they can produce half a belt of steel each. Okay, so you are running low on these guys, so let's just take half of them. Half was only 178? I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, we're running low on these guys as well. Aluminium and tin copper wire. Let's just take some out of here. Once we get our Mark 4 maul up, it'll be a... Wasn't that? Oh, I took the wrong one. Whoops, that's probably too many. Whoops. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And let's get these guys hooked up nice and quickly so that we can start to enjoy having basic circuits in the base again. Because all my solar production has probably been shut down because copper has been shut down because all of these guys are shut down. So we require your services no longer, Mr. Steam Engines. Thank you very much. So once again, our bus is of course going to be undergrounds all the way. And we'll finish it off there, and then we will do this. And I don't know if we'll bother with little gaps everywhere to see the progress so we can say, oh, there's something still running. Maybe we should. Maybe I just don't care. Maybe it'll just be fine. Now, the only thing I'm a bit worried about is pulling 5 belts out of 2 of these guys, because it's going to be a little bit uneven. What we might do is, okay, all right, here's the plan. So we'll pull 2 guys out here, and then we'll pull 2 guys out here, and over here we'll pull a split belt. and that can be our 5th belt. So there we go. That's an excellent plan. So you are going to be that guy. You're going to be that guy. I kind of feel like I should do something. You know what? We're going to do something interesting here. And the reason we're doing this is... Why are we doing this? The reason we're doing this is so that if one of these completely falls over, then we end up with 1.5 belts of iron and 1 belt and half a belt of steel, as opposed to, you know, just having shit everywhere. Because what's going to be the case is these two are probably going to be steel. So we want steel to be coming out of both of these warehouses. So if one runs out, then we don't suddenly just get 3 belts of iron ore and no steel at all. We want like an even split sort of between these guys. Okay. And of course, we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. Oh, we don't have to worry about bloody splitters and balancers and all that sort of crap here. We just feed it directly in, which is a nice relief to not have to worry about those splitter things. So there we go. So yeah, of course these guys will not be fast enough at the moment. They definitely will not be fast enough because we're relying on them being 4 times as fast to fill a purple belt, and a purple belt is not 4 times as fast as a blue belt. In fact, it's only about 1.5 times fast, or 1 2/3 times fast. So yeah, we're not going to be producing a ton of iron with this setup, but in the long term, it'll work out. Will work out beautifully. So you don't need to be there anymore, and you don't need to be there anymore. And you guys definitely don't need to be there because you are just wasting it. I'm picking up freaking 100 ore every time I do that. So that is awesome. Now we go there. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Like that. Down, 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 down. And then the last one is right here. Lucky we haven't intersected any of the crossways things yet, but I suppose if we did, it wouldn't matter too much. Okay, started to pull some iron in again, which is awesome. Rotate, rotate. And there we go. Those are our 5 iron lines being filled up, being pushed out. Excellent. So iron is over here, so we'll feed it over, up, and then go into there. But let's get copper done. I feel like copper is somewhat of a priority, considering that, considering that we're actually running out of the damn stuff. So I feel like, oh, not good, not good. We want the spacing to be exact. Okay. Rotate, rotate all of you. And you know what? My wrists are actually feeling not that great today. They are definitely feeling like they have been better. So I might just make this a last episode and then give them a rest today because, yeah, they could definitely use it. Right. And for now, we're just going to make this a just off one warehouse. We're not going to set up another train station right now for copper. We're going to leave it as it is. Thread these guys over to here. Of course, we got them going way too far. So let's get rid of these guys because we do not need them. These guys are actually probably interfering with the other one, but since it's all undergrounds and since it's all good, it is all good. So you are the top one, and then you are slightly in the way. No, you're not. No, you're not. You are fine because you go here, but we delete that one anyway, and then you go like that, and you go like that. You go like that. And there we go. Something's wrong here. Turn around, turn around, turn around. All you guys need to turn around. There we go. Now we should have copper coming out beautifully into all these lines, and they should all be backing up, and they should all be building up. So, let's have a look-see here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of a gap, and then like that. And we'll end it off there. And we do... This is just for ease, so we can easily make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Space, 1, 2, 3. Space. Okay, so those are going to be our lines, and now we can just peel them back however we want to. Come on. Oh, the actual bases. The base spots are doing this for me. So, this guy will be the top one, so we don't need any of you. This guy will be the second one, so we don't need any of you. This guy will be the third one, so we don't need any of you. These will be the fourth and the fifth ones, so don't need any of you. And additionally, the fourth one only needs to go over to here, so it can go down into the steel. And the fifth one only needs to go here, so it doesn't need to go any further than that. I feel like that's beautiful. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Whoa, that was a mistake. Whoops. You go into that one. That's a bit better. Don't know why that was still there. I should have got rid of it, but I did not. So, cross like that. Those are our three things. And then you finish off there, and you turn downwards, and you finish off there, and then you turn downwards. So there we go. So those are our three things. So now we go off into no man's land, and we might as well keep pushing through no man's land. Who knows when we'll actually need this for something useful. Okay. We'll pull back a little bit. Give other things a little bit more room to breathe if they need to. And then you go up like this. Now this is iron, and we can feed all of them off the side, which is excellent. I no longer know what you were. You were steel, weren't you? Let's just hold you off there. Get you in there. And these can go away. No longer needed. And now we just need to hook that up. And those three lines go on through. And suddenly we have iron again in our system. And that's backing up beautifully. Now, we won't worry about steel at the moment. I really want to get copper on the way. Okay, you are going to be like that. You are going to be like that. And you are going to be like that. So we don't need you. And we don't need you. No, it's a bit stupid. Excellent. So these three go all the way over there. Let's continue them on. Yeah, we'll send them right up next to the iron underground. And right back into that warehouse just over there. Excellent. So go up, 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 and then across, across, across. And now we have got copper going in as well, which is excellent. So that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm not sure how high I want this bus to be. I think I said 32, something like that. So that's probably not a bad idea to make it that high, but it's, yeah. I really don't want to screw this up though. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say this is 8, We got small things, don't we? So I feel like this. I feel like right here, this is where we can make it. So if we do this guy. So you are lined up. How much space is that? So that's 8, 16, 24, 32. Bit more space for good luck. Okay. Alright, I feel like that is more than enough space. I feel like we should be extremely happy with that amount of space. Wow. This is like the first time in forever. Now, we haven't run out of blue belts. Of course, it's the home bots sending them out. Look at those home bots go. Whoosh. Filling everything in for us. Even if I kind of wanted to do it myself, they're kind of just making sure that it gets done anyway. So then, if we've lined this up, sort of lined it up. Yeah, that's all right. It'll go onto the right-hand side. That is fine. I don't think it really matters if it goes onto the left or the right-hand side. Whoa, how did that happen? Oh, because you're one level down. Well, we do not want that. We do not want bloody people thinking that we don't know what we're doing. So we are going to line that up a bit better. There we go. And this is going to be the first line on this bus. So how much space did we leave here? Decent amount, about 8. And what we're actually going to do is, if you remember correctly, this is supposed to be a full line of blue. So these two together make a full line of blue. So we're going to merge them straight away. And then we're going to push them out like that. And then we're going to pull them all the way up. And where does steel go again? Steel is this line right here. So I feel like that one goes out to about there. The other way around, of course. You have to reverse all these guys again, but I'm sure that's okay. I wonder if we can just run up it with the R button held down. No, does not look like we can. That did not work. That would have been nice if that worked, but I suppose it's a little bit too much to ask for that. I'm not disappointed. I'm happy that there are some limitations to how awesome this game can be. But anyway, there we go. Steel going up. Steel going up. Go on, buddy. There you go. There we go. So now we've got our steel coming in across. I don't think we need these. That should be able to link just fine. And there we go. That should keep steel going. Very, very, very beautifully. And we're at the 33-minute mark, so I feel like this is a great time for us to just say everything's beautiful. Because everything really is beautiful at this point. It really, really is. Look at all those. Are those all undergrounds? It does look like they're all undergrounds. So we can't see that actually going through, but yeah. Steel is actually getting there? Yes. I can see steel there. I can see steel there. I can still see steel going into here. So it is getting there. It's just being split and then halfway. And there we go. Now it's filling up. Excellent. And our circuits are all filling up as well, which means our basic circuits are still out. Carbon. It's got to be, no, basic electronic circuits, which of course require carbon, but it's tin, copper, wire they're running out of because we've out of tin. So the battle continues, I guess. We've got, yeah, see, look at this. It's full. This is how much we've got spinning out of this guy. That is not a lot. That is at full usage, I guess. Why it's using up this one faster than it's using these two, I can honestly say I do not know, because these should be coming out evenly. But, I don't know. I just do not know. It should be backing up all of them evenly, I would have thought, but no, it does seem like all of them are being used evenly. Maybe it's just the order I hooked them up or something like that. Who knows? But the point is, we are using up a ton of iron from everywhere. And it looks like they're approximately all being used the same, which is good. So hopefully, man, copper being used up. We might run into copper problems soonish because this guy got less than 1 million. This guy's got about 600,000. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, this one's dead because bloody gems everywhere. So let's finish off the episode doing that, fixing up the bloody gems, because I think it was the last episode where I saw it and I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but we got to do something. So now we're going to do something. So this is going to be a... No, we need that to be bigger, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so gems, only gems will ever make it into this one, so that's fine. And we want to take all of them out. All of them, everything we can get. So then we do this. And we do this. And then what we do is blueprint. And do that, and do that. Oh, it's done something wacky with the blueprints. It's not working like I expected it to. There we go. Anyway, so that's draining all the gems that end up in this one. And we got this guy running again, which is good. It's not quite draining everything that it could be. So turn it around. You are there, and then rotate them again. Of course, now we need to double these, don't we? It's all about throughput. Rotate, shift there, and shift there. And then we'll increase this to be a bit like that. And it seems to be favoring some gems to go out more than others, which is interesting. I'm not sure if that's good, but it's interesting. There we go. All of the gems go out there, and hopefully, I keep expecting this guy to run out at some point, but the amount of gems that come out of these patches are mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. I kind of hoped that we would actually get something different out of here, because there is ore. There is gem ore here somewhere. I'm not sure if we see it in this menu, but if we see it here, we should be able to see it. Gems, okay. Unsorted gem ore, I was kind of hoping we would get that, and then we could put the unsorted gem ore into something else that would create these, but we would only have to worry about the unsorted gem ore, and it just isn't happening. It just isn't happening. I wonder how it decides what to spit out of here. Maybe what it's got the most of, or maybe what it just got put into it. I do not know. But anyway, the point is, we got 4 coming out. We got 4 going in. These should be going out. Should be going out like that. There we go. That's much better. That's what it should be doing. So we've got 4 coming out, 4 going out. So that means that all 4 of these should be able to come in here. I mean, we're doing some swappy McDoodles over here with these guys. But I think this extra line coming in is maybe what's stalling this one a little bit. But anyway, all of these lines are full. And maybe we'll back up on copper. Although we're not really backing up on copper. Rutile. We'll back up on rutile before anything else, I think. Yeah, the rutile is knocking this chest up quite a bit. I hate these mixed mining locations. They really annoy me. But anyway, we are done for now. What the hell were you doing? Is there something missing over here for like the last 20 billion episodes? We didn't set up copper here, did we? No, we just put it all in a chest and left it there. which is fine. Okay. So, time to go back down. And, yeah, time to finish the episode, I think. We've got the basics of our beautifully laid out smelting array. We got 5 iron, 3 copper, and when we finish all of our upgrades with better furnaces and raw speed modules and better belts, this little guy will be able to fill a pink belt up, or a purple belt, depending on how you look at it, and we'll get a full steel belt out of these guys, which will be awesome. Yes, I know you're not in range. Okay, just deal with it. So that's it. Let's actually stop annoying me. Place you with a normal thing. So that's it. Next episode, we're going to start to worry, deal with some of the more interesting ores. Tin and lead are going to be the ones we deal with first, obviously, but we have to do bronze. It'll be nice to get bronze off in the actual smelting area. I don't think that needs anything special. It needs copper and tin. Alright, so bronze will be something we do down in the second level, like steel, because it needs combinations of these guys. So, yeah, that'll be interesting, getting all the ratios for that sorted out. How many things do we put down? I don't think we need a full belt full of bronze. So we might just put a single, split off some copper from somewhere and split off some tin from somewhere and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we'll just have to see how it goes. We got brass, which takes 3 copper as well. Maybe we'll have another full copper smelting area specifically for bronze and for brass and for all of those weird things. We might have to do some analysis on what we need, but we can always add more later on down here, another copper line or something. Yeah, another copper station, maybe in the future. So anyway, that has been that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Stay tuned.